What's going on? Divine Destiny back with another video. But before we start, I had to recently make a new Instagram. Yeah, it got hacked. Whatever. It's all good. We're going to start from scratch. But anyways, so I had to make a new Instagram. I'm going to actually put my Instagram name down here in the description box along with my other social medias. Also, I'm going to put a link to my link tree so you guys can check out my podcast, Real, Raw, and Relatable, where it gets juicy. Last week, I actually had an episode, Love or Lust, and I had a guest speaker, LaRoya. She was amazing, so definitely go check that out. But I'm also gonna put in the description box a link to my writer's workshop, and that is for any aspiring writer that either you are a writer or you want to become a writer and you just need a little help. You know, you need a little positive critiquing. You need someone to pretty much like be your teacher, you know, someone to pretty much just help you to become that amazing writer that is already within you. So today, y'all, I want to talk about how to pray for your husbands, how to pray for your wife. Everybody watching this video, obviously, you probably single. Obviously, you're on this video and you obviously want a person. We all have a desire of marriage. We all have a desire of wanting our persons, you know, our kingdom spouses, our, I don't know what people say, boo thing, whatever, you know, we all have a desire of wanting that person. So honestly, I would really have to say the first thing that you want to do first, you want to check yourself. You want to first check yourself before you even go to God and pray to him for a person. You want to check yourself. You want to know if you are a reflection of that person. So many people write down lists of what they want in a person, but they're not even half of what that list is. And I did that before. I remember I was like, let me see if I'm a reflection of the man that I am desiring. And don't get me wrong, I'm not perfect, but I was a reflection of the man that I was praying to God for, the man that I was writing down. Ask yourself that, check yourself that, check yourself on that. But also you have to check yourself and see where's your heart at? Are you healed? Have you healed from, you know, your past traumas, your relationship dramas? Not dramas, your relationship traumas. Have you healed from those? Because if you haven't, then you're going to unintentionally bring those into that new relationship that you're praying to God for. You're praying to God to send you someone. So that means that person would be God sent. And if you still have baggage and you still have a lot of trauma, you're going to meet this God ordained spouse and possibly mess up what God sent to you. Now, don't get me wrong. God will, there's not just one person in this world, and if we don't be with them, we're just axed out on a relationship. No, it doesn't work like that. You know, God, he will create new people for us. Just like in the book of Ruth, she originally had a husband, which was Naomi's son, and he died. But she ended up meeting Boaz. So God can, you know, recreate you new people. But you know, you definitely just want to make sure that you are a reflection of that person and make sure that you have healed, because you don't want to mess up that. You know, when God sends that person, you don't want to mess that up. So you want to check yourself. You want to ask yourself, am I a reflection of this woman or this man that I am praying to God of? If not, then work on becoming a reflection of that person. Like, seriously, work on becoming a reflection of that person. And I truly recommend going into prayer time with God and asking him to prepare you for that person. So if you are not a reflection of this person that you are desiring, then you might not want to pray to God to send that person just yet, because you may unintentionally mess that relationship up. If you still have baggage, if you still have traumas, if you still have all these insecurities, all of these selfish characteristics about yourself, you may possibly mess it up unintentionally. So once you check yourself, and if you're like, no, I can't communicate like that just yet, no, I still got a problem with forgiving, no, you know, I know I want a Christian man, but I really haven't really been in church like that either, or no, I want somebody that is faithful, but I know sometimes I kind of be looking my eyes be peeling everywhere sometimes. Check yourself. Check yourself, y'all. Check yourselves. You gonna learn a lot about yourself when you check yourself. When you write down a list of what you want in a person and you finally check yourself, you're gonna learn a lot about yourself. But once you check yourself, and if you're like, no, I'm not a reflection of that person, then don't pray that that person is sent. Pray that God prepares you for that person. Pray that he prepares you to be the man that is perfectly fit for that woman that he's going to send into your life. Pray that he prepares you to be that woman that is perfectly fit to be in that man's life. Pray to God, fellas, for you to be the best covering, the best protector, the best provider and leader that you could possibly be for that woman. Queens, pray that you can be the best partner, the best helper, the best supporter, and just the best wife that you can possibly be to that man. And also, so along with praying for God to prepare you for that person, you want to pray you want to pray that God ordains you two's footsteps to find each other when the time is right. Keyword, when the time is right, because you don't want this person to just come in your life whenever. You want to be ready for this person. And I know sometimes God's time is a long time for us. Trust me, I know. But it's the best. He knows what's best for us. So don't pray, but like, okay, God, ordain our footsteps to find each other like in the next 2 weeks. No. When you pray for that, pray that God ordains your footsteps to find each other when the time is right. Because he will know when the time is right. And the time going to be right when you heal, when you whole, and you complete, and you happy with who you are. And you are happy in your season of singleness. Then, that's when that junk going to come. Trust me, that's when that junk's going to come. So, if you have not really got yourself together yet, you're not really whole, you're not really complete, you're still feeling empty, you still have lots of toxic things that you may have to work on, then pray that God prepares you for that person, that he ordains your footsteps to find each other when the time is right, and that he just continues to, protect their hearts while they're in their single seasons, so that they're not getting attached to anyone, so they're not really, getting attached to someone too much to the point where it'll make it hard, it'll make it hard for them to find you. Now, don't get me wrong. Whatever's meant to be will be. So no matter who that person is dating, it will happen. It definitely will happen. But there is nothing wrong with praying against. There is nothing wrong. Let me word this the right way. There is nothing wrong with praying for God to cover that person's heart. I'm not saying pray for every relationship to be sabotaged. You don't really want that, because that's how they're going to get their lessons. That's how they're going to learn how to properly treat you, by going through these relationships. But just pray, you can, if it was me, I would pray that God protects their heart. Like, I would pray that I'm the one that can truly be the only one romantically that can really have their hearts, So that's the main thing. If you have not got yourself together, pray that God prepares you for that person. Pray that he ordains your footsteps to find each other when the time is right, and just pray that he just continues to cover their hearts, protect their hearts as much as possible, so that you are the one that can show them how love is supposed to look like coming from an earthly man, or how love is supposed to look like coming from an earthly woman. Now, here's to the people that are already healed, you're already whole, you're already complete and happy with yourself. Like me, So, like, this is how you guys should want to pray for your kingdom spouses, or, for your future husbands, your future wives. So, first and foremost, I got little notes over there, that's why I was looking over there. But first and foremost, when you pray to God, pray humbly, pray patiently. And what I mean is, you can pray, you can say, God, I'm praying that you send my kingdom spouse, my kingdom wife, or that you send my person, that you send my husband, my wife into my life within the next 6 months. Let's say that's a prayer that you prayed. So when you pray that prayer, be humble, and be patient. And let's say he doesn't come through in those 6 months. Let's say he doesn't come until maybe like 9 months later. But here you are, you're in the 7th month, and you're tripping out. You're getting upset. You're getting angry with God. You're like, God, I pray for you to send this person in 6 months. It's the 7th month and he's not here. That's praying impatiently. You want to be patient. At the end of the day, when you pray for a person, you want to always first and foremost submit that desire to God. You want to always first and foremost submit your timing to God, because at the end of the day, it's not our timing, it's His. So you want to make that known when you go into prayer. When you go into prayer with God, letting Him know, Lord, ultimately, I trust in your timing. I trust in your timing, but I do have a desire for marriage. I do have a desire for my person. So I'm asking, I know that you are the one that you said in Matthew 7:7, that if we ask, and if we ask, then it will be given to us. So I'm asking you and hoping and praying that you can honor this request. You can go to Him. But when you go to Him, be patient. Be humble, and at the end of the day, know that it's His timing. So if it doesn't happen right when you want it to happen, be like, okay, God, it didn't happen right when I wanted it to happen, but you are the God that hears every single prayer that I pray, and you are the God that answers every single prayer that I pray. So even though it hasn't happened right now, I still trust you, and I still know that it will. Watch how fast He come through for you, because He's gonna be like, what? My child trusts me still, even though I didn't come through when they wanted me to. You see, God is looking for faith. God is looking for people to trust in Him. God is looking for people to trust that He gonna do it, trust in His timing. Our timing is not the best timing, y'all. It's His. Despite what we feel, despite what we think, despite how much we think that we're ready, it's not our time. Even me, like, if I were to pray for that person or whatever, I'm going to be patient, I'm going to be humble, and I'm going to wait on God to show it, because He is. Period. Hands down. So, if you are already whole, you're already complete, when you go into prayer time with God, you want to pray humbly. You want to pray patiently. But also, you want to ask yourself, why are you praying for that person? Because some people just want somebody because they just lonely, or some people just want somebody because they just want, like, not lonely, but like they just kind of want some kind of attention from the opposite sex, or whatever it may be. You just want some attention from that person. Or for some people, you want like a covering. You know that whatever you're doing right now in your life, you're elevating, you're walking on new grounds, and you know that you need that level of covering. For some guys, let's see, you may be finally settled, and you're in your business, and you're like, okay, I need a partner. I need someone that that can help me out with this, someone that can give me ideas that I don't have. That's good. But like I said, some people, and I used to be like this probably like 2-3 years ago. Maybe like 3 years ago. I used to be like this. And I would want a person just because I want someone to talk to. I want someone to hang out with. I want someone to just be there for me whenever I'm down. All that little stuff. That's cute. But that ain't what that's not what God puts people together for. God puts people together for assignments. There are assignments that need to be met. And so you want to ask yourself, why are you praying for that person? If you're praying for that person just because you're like, oh, I just want someone to be with that night, then be prepared to meet just that. Be prepared to meet just that, because I'm telling y'all, when we pray, the enemy hears our prayers. If we're praying out loud, he does. And now if we're praying in tongues or we're praying in our minds, he can't hear it. But if we are praying out loud, then he hears it, and he will try to trick you. I'm telling you, I done had counterfeits. He would try to trick you. So let's say you just, the reason why you want someone is because you're like, well, I just want someone to be with me. I want someone that I can go out with, where I can take cute pictures with, where I can, just spend time with and have fun with. Let's say that's you. So you're praying to God. You're like, okay, God, please send me my wife. Please send me, my husband. And that's it. And that's all you're saying. Be prepared for the enemy to come. Be prepared for him to send somebody. And then whenever he do, because he will, he always does. And whenever he does, you're going to think that person is God sent, because you're like, whoa, I prayed for this, and here goes somebody. Here goes somebody where I can cuddle with. Here goes someone I can spend time with. That's not what it's about. You're going to get that and more with the person that God has ordained for you. You have to be more strategic when you pray for these people, guys. When you pray for your wives, when you pray for your husbands. And you have to really, really dive deep and ask yourself, why do you want this person? For me, when I'm just giving y'all the real me. When I go into prayer, praying for my kingdom spouse, first and foremost, I should have said this in the beginning, but first and foremost, when you guys pray for your people, don't pray for them to be sent first. Pray that God prepares them for you. Pray that they are prospering in life. Pray that they are becoming everything that God has called them to be. Pray for them to be stretched beyond what their stretching capacities are. Pray for them to be filled with God's presence every day. Pray for them to be able to have the strength to put on the full armor of God to fight their battles every single day. Pray for people to be removed from their lives that are trying to plot on their downfall. Pray for these individuals to be sent into their lives that's going to help them elevate, that's going to challenge them, that's going to motivate them. Pray over them first. Then be like, okay, God, please send them in my life. But for me, when I pray for that person, that's exactly how I started. I started with just praying for him, praying over his mind, praying over his body, praying over his spirit, praying over his future. Praying for him to be the best leader and the provider and the covering that I need in particular, that I need specifically. But after that, then I will pray like, God, I'm praying that you, send this man into my life, yada, 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 and I just go on. But for me, I'm very happy with who I am. I'm not praying for a person because I'm lonely, because I just want someone to talk to, or I just want someone to hang out with. No. I'm praying for this person because I know that I need a level of covering that only this man can provide. It would be his duty. It would be his responsibility. It would be his assignment to cover me the way that I know that I need to be covered. And what I mean is that God is definitely taking me to new levels. Just with all my platforms, like I'm speaking more and things like that. And I know that definitely needs a level of covering, especially because I'm talking about God on there, giving scriptures and stuff. And we all know how people can be sometimes. We're trying to question you about it, question you about faith, question you about religion, and different things like that. And I know that I'm going to need that covering because I feel God is taking me very, very high with this. So I know I need that level of covering. I need that level of protection. And also, 2 is better than 1. It says that in Ecclesiastes, 2 is better than 1. They have a better return for their labor. So, 2 is better than 1. So this is the reason why, me personally, I want y'all. I'm sorry, hold on. I could not. I had to kill that spider. I had to kill that spider. But the reason why, me personally, that's why I want a person. That's why I'm praying for that person. So ask yourself that, because once you ask yourself that, then you can be specific when you pray. You could be like, well, God, I need a covering. God, I need a protector. God, I need a wife that's going to be a helper. God, I need a wife that's going to know something about business or something like that. Like whatever, you know what you're looking for, and you know the reason why that you're praying to God for that person. So once you know, then you can go deep into your prayer time with God, and ask him specifically the things that you want in this person. That way, when the enemy does come through and he sends someone, you're gonna be like, this isn't who I prayed to God for. This is just somebody that I can just have sex with. This is just somebody that can just only, she just trying to give me sex and that's it. He's just trying to give me sex and that's it. This is just someone who all I can do with them is chill and go to the movies, go bowl, but they're not adding nothing to my life. I pray for a helper. I pray for a partner. They're not helping me. I pray for someone who could lead me in Bible studies, who can lead me in prayer, and they don't even go to church. You would know, guys. You would know when it's the enemy sending this person, or when it's God sending this person. When you know the reason why you are going into prayer, well, when you know the reason why you are going to God in the first place, and why you want a person. So that is how you want to pray for them. I'm gonna scroll back. So for the ones that are not yet whole and complete, you want to work on yourself. You want to work on yourself before you pray for that person, because you want to be your best self for them. Your very best self for them. Don't get me wrong, we are not going to ever be perfect, because that person will, they will sharpen you, and they will help you to become an even better version of who you are today. But you want to be able to be fit enough for them. You don't want to be broken, because it's not your husband's responsibility or your wife's responsibility to fix you. You want to be complete. You want to be happy, because it's not their responsibility to make you happy. It's their responsibility to add to your happiness. So if you're not happy, you're not whole, you're not complete, then you want to be that. You want to be there. You want to be there first. So if that's you, you want to pray for God to prepare you for that person as he prepares that person for you. And then you want to pray that God ordains you two's footsteps to find each other when the time is right. Now let's say, on the flip side, you already healed, you whole, you complete, you good. First and foremost, when you go into prayer, know why you want to pray for this person. Know why you want this person. That way you know exactly what you need to pray for. Then, when you pray for that person, pray over their minds, their bodies, their spirits. Pray over the attack that is going to be coming in their lives. Pray against it. Pray against it, rebuke it. And then, I'm trying to show y'all three. And then, number 3. And then start to pray for that person to be sent in your life. But at the end of the day, when you pray, be patient, be humble, trust in God's timing. Don't get upset if he doesn't send that person when you want to. Always, always, always trust in the Creator. Trust in the one who knows where you will be 6 years down the line and even 20 years down the line. Trust him, knowing that he knows what's best for us. That is how you want to pray for your spouses. Just like that. So I want everyone to, hopefully everybody liked this video. I prayed before I did this video. I really did. I just really hope that I planted some seeds. I really helped someone out. Definitely like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you always know when I post different videos. I'm also going to put all my social medias down in the description box. Follow me. You can message me as well. You can email me. You can DM me, whatever you want. Definitely check out my podcast. I'm going to post my link tree, so you'll be able to check out my podcast. You'll be able to check out, my writer's workshop. I have that for aspiring writers. So, also, if you guys ever want me to talk about anything that I have not talked about already, please email me or DM me. And yeah, because I want to talk about stuff that you guys really, really want to hear. So, thank you so much for watching my YouTube. And until we meet again.